Hey guys, it's Ken Maxfield, otherwise known as the Hide Guy. I am the owner and managing editor of the Maxfield Report, and this is our market recap for the week ending June the 5th. Last week was a holiday, shortened week of trading in the States. We had the Memorial Day holiday on Monday. The usual MO for Packers is to hold off offering until Wednesday. That was the plan until, as most of you are aware, unfortunately, JBS suffered a cyber attack, which crippled all of their operations in North America and Australia. They were not able to harvest any animals on Tuesday, had very limited harvesting and processing capabilities on Wednesday, but by Thursday, it appeared that they were back up to normal operations and were able to finish out the week strong. But all of that said, as far as how offers looked last week from the Packers, everybody was under the impression they wouldn't see offers until Wednesday. Packers were feeling pretty good because they saw some decent interest from Chinese shoe leather tanners the week prior. That was a direct result of COVID issues in some Southeast countries, forced the hands of some of the brands to move orders over into China. So there was some really better than expected interest seen on hides that will usually find their way into the shoe trade or handbag trade. That said, hides that usually end up in the automotive trade were not as fortunate. It appears that chip shortage is wiggling its way through the entire automotive production pipeline, and it's now impacting tanners as requirements are being reduced, and that is thus forcing prices of hides that usually go to those tanners lower, and overall an end result that there's not a whole lot of spread between some of the various selections in the United States, and might even be as little as $5 between natives to collies at this point in time. But as far as interest last week, as said, there was some additional follow-up unsolicited interest from some of these side leather tanners in China. That allowed some of the guys who were willing to dance, if you would, and offer hides able to get no worse than steady, if not slightly higher. Hides in the automotive trade probably traded at a week steady to slightly lower. As far as sales last week, it was okay, not great. But again, the harvest was only 538 due to the holiday, as well as the cyber attack. That 538 on the harvest compared to 629 the week prior and 628 the same week last year, just FYI. So just some numbers there for you. As far as cowhides, what happened, there really wasn't much of a change as far as offer list. Everything came out at steady levels. Some of the producers were reported to have a full complement of offers. As far as interest last week, it was a little better than what most people expected. That allowed at least producers to try to hold prices steady, although buyers were bidding prices at lower levels. And of course, sellers are willing to trade lower. Far as sales overall concluded, they were okay, not great. They weren't bad. There was enough sold to give people some hope that maybe they can continue to hold this steady, and we'll just have to wait and see how that plays out. The export report was a day late, came out on Friday. As expected, wet salted sales disappointing at 227,000. That was about 64% lower than the week before, which happened to be the second largest week of the year. Shipments surprisingly decent. 400, we'll call it 420 just for a round number. That's higher than the week prior. It's one of the highest shipping weeks for wet salted hides we've had this year. Wet blue sales were fantastic, 272,000. That's the second largest of the year. Shipments were decent too, 210,000. So the report, with the exception of wet salted sales, was a little towards the bullish side. And we actually had our largest shipping week of the year. And as it pertains to shipping, people are telling us that, every month going back to February, it has gotten a little better every month, and certainly better this month than it was back in February, but it's certainly still not back up to levels that it was a year ago. Let's take a quick minute to go around the globe, checking in with our friends in Europe. They're telling us that, to get prices up is difficult. There are some who were saying towards the end of last week that they were starting to take lower money on ox heifers. There was